We had shopping so many places, I was just going crazy. So we found at a local department store, and they had these camcorders on these wires. You know, if you pull them too far, the alarm goes off and so on. So she's standing here looking at one, looking through it, and you can see her face on the screen, on the television screen, right? The salesman, well, the sales kid, is the way I look at it. He looked like he was about 17. You can picture him as a real tall guy, real white, pale color with real red cheeks. Looked like, you know, a real young kid. So as he's walking up to her, she's looking through this camera, right? And I'm standing here like I'm just going to bust. I just got to go. I let out one of the silent, deadly ones. Just as he walked up, I walked away. And she goes, ooh, thinking I'm standing there, right? So when she looks around, the kid looks at her. He thinks she done it. She thinks he done it. And then she looks down the aisle and she sees me, and I'm just cracking up. And this kid's going, can I help you? Hello?
Bobby.
What?
You should have talked back to him at least. You're laughing at his story.
Well, when he started stripping his gears,
Yeah.
I was kind of enjoying listening to that.
And I'm now starting to fear that might not be till sometime next week. So anyhow, have you ever heard the saying, don't sweat the small stuff? And on the surface, it sounds like such a good piece of advice, except that it isn't, because it's the small stuff that gets you, man. The big stuff, you basically, that's the stuff you don't sweat. That's the stuff you shrug your shoulders and say, that's the way it is. It's that small stuff. Okay, there are a lot of small things that drive me insane. But there's one that really drives me insane. It's a very, very common practice. On radio stations. We do it here, I'm sorry to say, and it's done on a lot of other stations, too. And it drives me insane. And I have talked about this publicly in trying to shame the station into stopping it. No good. I've talked about it privately in trying to shame the station into stopping it. No good whatsoever. What I'm referring to is broadcasting speed traps. Be careful, they're sitting out at the end of the Gandhi Bridge, whatever it might be. I drive the speed limit, except, of course, when I'm late, but that's a different story. I drive the speed limit, and a lot of people do, and it really pisses me off that somebody goes, blowing by me at 85 miles an hour. And it really pisses me off that I pay a great deal of money in property taxes for police, and that those police are out there trying to catch those assholes that think the speed limit doesn't apply to them instead of, catching father rapers and burglars and that kind of stuff. Pisses me off. And there's nothing I can do about it. Absolutely nothing I can do about it except for what I thought of today. In the past, I have never allowed anyone on my show to give out the location of the police and the radar guns and that kind of stuff. Starting today, I'm going to let you. What happens when you're driving down the road and you hear on the radio that there's a speed trap a couple of miles up ahead? You slow down, don't you? You obey the speed limit. Starting today, not only are we going to encourage you to call in with legitimate speed traps, we are also going to encourage people to call in with phony ones. And if you don't, then I'll give them out, along with the real ones, so you will never, ever, ever know if it's real or if it's phony. Because I can't think of any better way to punish bastards who speed than doing that. Huh? What do you think? Is that brilliant or is that brilliant? I think it's brilliant. Absolutely, positively brilliant. I am so proud of myself I can't see straight. You see, everybody's a hypocrite. Everybody thinks what they do that's wrong is okay because it's them. And while I've promised an impeachment-free zone, and I will keep my impeachment-free zone a promise, I will just show you here the correlation. See, some people think it's okay to break the law in terms of speeding because it's convenient for them. Some people think it's okay to break the law in terms of, fudging under oath in a civil suit because it'll save them money. It's okay. You know what I'm saying? Right's right, wrong is wrong. Watch out for them speed traps. Boy, am I smart. Let's go to Clay in Tampa. Clay, you're on the air at 970 WFLA.
Hello, Bob.
Hi, Clay.
Hi. I was just calling in about the, your favorite dwarf.
Yeah, the midget talk, right?
Yeah, and I was really surprised that nobody mentioned TNT himself, Little Tony Nice Tool. You ever heard of him?
No, I haven't, Clay.
You haven't at all?
No.
Yeah, he was one of the amputee porn people.
Uh-huh.
Little midget amputee porn, and he actually married Minnie Bang Bang. And it was I really look up to him. Being a small person myself.
Uh-huh.
It's just...
How tall are you?
I'm about 1 foot.
About 1 foot.
Yeah.
Thanks, Clay. No.
My favorite dwarf, you ever heard of
Your
Kenny?
favorite dwarf, yeah.
Yeah, Kenny Baker.
No.
He was the guy with the red eye dressed up like a little blue and white trash can in Star Wars.
Okay. Yeah. Oh, yeah. That Kenny Baker.
R2D2.
Yeah, wasn't he cool? I liked him.
Oh, that's great. Well, thanks for sharing that with us, Mike. Gary in Carrollwood. Hi, Gary. You're not on the air. You just dropped off. In that case, it's James on the cell phone. James, you're on the air 970 WFLA.
Gary in Carrollwood. Hi, Gary. Not on the air. Dropped off. In that case, it's James on the cell phone. Hello, my cell phone. Isn't that Gary?
No, it's James on the cell phone.
It's Dave. Bob.
Yeah.
There you are. I got a speed trap. It's on the Veterans Expressway. And I'm in between Ehrlich and Gunn, and my helper's right in front of me, and he's speeding like a son of a bitch in my truck.
I'll be darned.
Tell him to slow down.
Okay. Bob on the cell phone. Bob, you're on there at 970 WFLA.
Good evening, Bob.
Good evening.
Yes, one futures trader to another. Good evening, and please go short. Yes, I unfortunately do the commodities myself. Bob, I've been a long-time listener and never had a chance to talk to you, my friend. Tried several times. But I must say that I am very enthused with your new idea. I think it's...
Isn't that a great idea?
I think it is.
And you know what's even going to be better is that the show on this station that seems to specialize in that kind of thing, we're going to see to it that they have setup calls too that they won't know are setups.
I like that.
It's brilliant, man. It's absolutely brilliant. It's the only way to deal with it. It is a despicable thing to do.
I'm on the road a lot, and I tell you, it just irks me that people that have no consideration for others and speed like crazy. And what I like best is they fly by me at about 80 miles an hour, and I get up to the stoplight, and I pull up alongside of them. Yeah,
almost every time.
I pull up alongside them, and I smile, and then they take off, and they go to the next stoplight, and I pull up alongside them, and I smile, and I say, what did that get you except a lot of waste of gas?
And there's not a damn thing you can do about it, so I think the phony baloney speed trap reports mixed in with the real ones.
Yes,
so that you'll just never know for sure. Should probably save at least 200 lives in the Tampa Bay area alone this year.
Oh, I think they should give you an award for that one.
I think so, too. I think the police should come down, hoist me up on their shoulders, and march around in circles out in the parking lot.
There you go.
Hollering Hosanna or something like that.
I'll see you at the Bob convention.
Okay.
I'll be there.
Okay. 990 W.
What was his first name again?
You are disturbed with the phony speed trap reports, aren't you? You depend on those.
Just a little.
Speed trap. Just a little. A man who's appalled at the lack of morality in the country. Man who doesn't understand why other people can't live their lives properly and follow the rules.
Thank you.
Just pissed off unbelievably.
No.
See, this is already worth it. If it just pisses you off, that's good enough for me.
Yeah, I think
You're not easy to piss off. Batman. Batman 07 to be precise, at worldnet.att.net. So, if you have some spare time on your hands and you'd like to write to Batman 07, because I'm sure he'd be thrilled to get your emails. I'm positive of it. That address again is Batman 07, Batman 07, at worldnet.att.net. In particular, if you hate me or something, I'm sure that you and Eric would have a great deal to write back and forth to. And like I said, I know that you're good, kind-hearted people who would like to help out a fellow listener. So that's Batman07 at worldnet.att.net. Let's go to Greg. Greg in St. Petersburg. Greg, you're on the air, 970 WFLA.
Bob.
Hey, Greg.
Hey. My favorite dwarf is Ron Bennington.
Ron Bennington. Okay. That's
See?
Great, Greg. Even after I explained it. Doug in Largo. Doug, you're on the air at 970 WFLA.
Yeah, on the speed trap.
On the speed traps, yes.
I have a better idea, or not better, but another idea.
Another idea, yeah.
Use the transmitter to set off everybody's radar detector.
Well, that's not terribly practical, Doug. It's kind of a big area and stuff like that, but...
Well, you have to do certain areas, and then everybody slow down, think there's a cop in the area.
Okay, Doug. That's fine with me. Okay.
Bye.
Now we know why I have the show and Doug doesn't. Let's go to... You like that one, huh, Jeffy?
Yeah, but I wasn't too happy with his idea.
Let's go to Bob in Tampa. Bob, you're on the air, 970 WFLA.
Hi, Bob. I have two things. First, it's
two things.
Trap.
It's a great idea, isn't it?
It really is. I'm Spruce, west of Del Mabry, and for my favorite dwarf, Ted Webb.
Ted Webb.
We heard that already.
Okay, yeah. We've heard a lot of stuff already. Greg on his cell phone. Greg, you're on the air, 970 WFLA.
Hey there, guy.
Hi, Greg.
Listen, hi, Bob. Your deal about the speed traps isn't going to be necessary because proposed legislation there in Hillsborough County in the state of Florida is going to be going to make it a misdemeanor at least if people don't always call the police and report any crime that they see being committed, including speeding, because of that baseball bat beating and it not being reported. So you're behind the times, guy.
No, I'm not behind the times. I'm right with the times. I have a brilliant idea. 990 WFLA in Hillsborough. Question of the day. If they outlawed white bread, you can only choose between pumpernickel and rye. Which is it? Rye or pumpernickel? If they outlawed white bread, and you can only choose between pumpernickel and rye, which one would you choose? 990 WFLA in Hillsborough. What, Jeffy?
Tough question.
Oh, I don't think so. Pumpernickel.
They're both darn good.
Pumpernickel. Yes, they're both darn good, but you can do more with pumpernickel than you can do with rye. I mean, man, if you have yourself some good sweet butter and you just put a chunk of that on the pumpernickel bread, that's a meal. That and a hot cup of coffee, man.
It's just as good on rye.
No, it's better on pumpernickel.
Now, you know what?
It's better on
pumpernickel. You pick pumpernickel, I'm picking rye. You just don't know your ass from a hole in the ground.
No matter what I say, you say the opposite.
I was leaning toward pumpernickel. Now, rye.
You see what I mean? You're just contentious. No matter what I say, you jump on the other side of the wagon.
Not always.
Wouldn't be surprised if you had an email address that started with Batman07, 990 WFLA in Hillsborough, 461 WFLA.
03 at worldnet.att.
Oh, you were the third one to think of it. See, if I had tried to put in an email address and it came back that it would have to be 07, and I thought that 6 other people had thought of it beside me, but Hey, it's what makes the world go round. Let's go to Tom on his cell phone. Tom, you're on the air 970 WFLA.
Yeah, Bob, you got me. I almost never agree with you, but it's got to be pump.
Pumpernickel all the way.
Absolutely.
It's a much more versatile bread.
Can't stand those caraway seeds.
Well, you can get rye without caraway, but, rye bread is good. I enjoy rye bread, but if I could only choose one, it's pumpernickel all the way.
Absolutely. Pump is it.
I mean, pumpernickel and salami. Pumpernickel and turkey, pumpernickel and virtually anything, and you've got yourself an incredibly good sandwich.
There you go. The color's good, too, and it's a...
Color is good.
It's not your boring, mediocre square stuff.
And you don't have to toast it if you just want to do the butter trick. It's really great.
That's right. It's got some substance. It's firm. It's not that wimpy soft stuff.
I mean, in a lot of restaurants and clubs in New York, you can go in and order black bread and butter. I mean, it's actually on the menu. Of course, in a dip crap town like this, you'd never find anything like that, but you're probably going to get white bread and mayonnaise
Well, now,
or
I
something.
thought in Switzerland the black bread was to be eschewed, and they went after the white.
In Switzerland?
Yeah.
Oh, God, good town to stay out of.
Well, why?
Because they try to, push white bread on you.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. There you go.
Oh, hell, why go to Switzerland? You can stay right here.
And it's nothing but dough.
Yeah. Yeah, pumpernickel all the way. I agree with you, dude.
Great. Thanks, guy.
Take care. Let's go to Dan, on his cell phone. Dan, you're on the air 970 WFLA.
Hey, Bob.
Yeah.
He is right. Harley is much better than any other bike. It's the most exciting thing almost the most exciting thing you can have between your legs.
Well, if 200 pounds of chrome turns you on, go ahead.
No. Even if you compare the Honda with the Harley, they're the same price on the big dresser bikes. They're within $100 one another because they compete. It's the same thing, not the chrome. And I've owned both.
Thank you.
A Harley is much more exciting than a Honda between your legs.
Yeah, what makes a Harley more exciting, outside of your American jingoistic attitude?
Well, your Honda has got a 4-cylinder, 6-cylinder engine in it. It's smooth riding where the Harley has a feel. It has a rhythm. It has it's just a more exciting bike. It
has a fantasy behind it that somehow it's a better bike. It is not a better
bike. You've got more women on a Harley than you will a Honda.
Yeah, sure, because there are a lot of jingoistic bimbos out there.
But the end result is the same thing.
And who in God's name would want a motorcycle mama?
A motorcycle mama.
A motorcycle mama, exactly, with tattoos.
You'll find that if like on Bike Week...
Every single one of them has a gut past the age of 20.
There's more attorneys and doctors there than there are anything else. The real bikers aren't there, and
more attorneys and doctors. So all of a sudden, attorneys and doctors know what the hell they're talking about.
Now, you got me on that one, Bob.
Exactly.
No, they know what they're talking about when they're talking about motorcycles. That's Harley Davidson.
Okay, so a lot of attorneys and doctors have this warped sense of female desirability and want motorcycle mamas because they think they put out. Of course, they all do.
Now, they have good taste, too.
Yeah. Well, sure, good taste if you like the taste of dead fish.
No, they have the income to purchase the best,
Jeffy, you're holding me up.
Most exciting motorcycle made in the world.
Oh, you both
Harley
are crazy.
Davidson.
You both are crazy.
There are none better. None better.
Yeah, except for every Japanese make. Outside of that, they're none better. None better made in America, that's for sure.
No, it's when you go to resell a Honda, it's worth nothing. You go resell a Harley, and it's still there. The value is still there. Because even on a used one, somebody can still see the value.
The reason there isn't any market in Honda used bikes is because people that have Hondas don't try to sell them. The people that have Harleys are always trying to dump them.
Because they can't give them away, so they might as well keep them.
They don't want to get rid of them.
No, not the case. Not the case.
No.
There's nothing finer than a Harley.
Because probably one of the best things about a Honda is it drives away the motorcycle mamas.
Have you driven either?
Of course. I own 3 Hondas.
That doesn't surprise me.
250, a 500, and a 750.
But you've never had a Harley between your legs.
Sure I have, but I wouldn't buy one. They were giving them away, maybe,
And that's not the case.
Take it home, take it apart, and sell it for parts. People that have Harleys are always in need of parts.
He's lying, isn't he? He's never had a Harley.
Definitely.
No, I told you I've never had a Harley. I didn't lie about that. I said if you gave me one, but I would take it home, dismantle it, and sell it for parts.
No.
Probably have it gone in a half an hour. Harley people are desperate for parts. Desperate.
You can't ever go wrong with a Harley, though.
You know why that is?
Why?
Because they're always breaking down. If I bought a Harley, I'd have to buy 3 of them so I could have one running at all times.
They retain their value.
That's the antique Harley. The new ones are the new engines they've got. They're never breaking down. They're all presentable. They don't leak oil.
And you know why you can't find parts for a Honda is because most of them are smashed up along the side of the road.
Yeah, they take them to Bike Week and they.
Yeah, I know most of them are smashed up alongside of the road by roving gangs of Hell's Angels on Harleys.
They take them to Bike Week and they take them up on chains and drop them into big piles. That's all they're good for.
Yeah.
Once if you ride a Honda,
all those brain surgeons over there at Harley Week are smashing bikes.
When you own a Harley, you'd never have anything else. And I've had both.
Sure, you can't have anything else. You can't afford anything else.
Once you go Harley, you never go
keep
back.
It on the road.
Exactly, Jeffy. You tell him. You never convert him.
Yeah, thanks a lot, dude.
No problem.
Yeah, of course you'll never run anything else. Never have any money. Those parts are just, God almighty, so expensive, and then on top of that, you wait for them so long, you're so desperate to save a day or two, you have the damn things FedEx to you, which costs even more. Let's go to Jerry in Ruskin. Jerry, you're on the air at 970 WFLA.
Hey, Bob, you gotta love Pumpernickel bagels.
Pumpernickel bagels? I've never seen them.
Oh, they're awesome.
Where can you get Pumpernickel bagels?
Oh, Einstein Bagels or, any of the bagel shops.
Really?
Of course.
I'll be damned. Yeah. So I never go into the bagel shops. I don't know why. I love bagels.
St. Pete bagel. Best.
Oh, thick, nice, firm.
I always end up buying my bagels at the supermarket, take them home, and I'm always disappointed, so I don't buy bagels again for 6 months. I'm serious. I have never been in one of the bagel shops.
You must try one. They're great.
Which I really don't understand because someplace, I think it was over at SUN, we had a bagel shop that used to send us humongous bags of those suckers.
Yep.
And even 6 hours after sitting out for 6 hours, they were still great.
What about a Reuben sandwich? You're made out of pumpernickel bread, right?
I'm not into Reuben. I'll do a Reuben maybe once every year and a half, once every 2 years for some. Sauerkraut on a sandwich just doesn't really. I have to really be in a special mood before I want sauerkraut in between bread.
Okay. Well, hey, look, I'm down here in Ruskin.
Yeah.
And there's a speed trap out in Sun City Center.
Oh. Speed trap Sun City Center in Ruskin, huh?
Somebody put 3 batteries on a golf cart?
Exactly.
By the way, we do have a report. We do have a report of police just picking them off left and right on the west end of the Howard Franklin Bridge. They're picking them off left and right on the west end of the Howard Franklin Bridge, right around the exit for the West Shore Mall.
That would be eastbound.
Oh, yeah, that is eastbound. Yeah, okay. Eastbound, right. Oh, east or west. I'm not sure which.
Look, just be careful when you come down to Sun City.
Okay, will do.
All right.
I'm very careful when I go down to Sun City because I'm getting into that age bracket. I might buy property. Let's go to Tony in Tampa. Tony, you're on the air at 970 WFLA. Well, I guess Tony and his family crapped out on us.
You know what makes me mad?
I wouldn't think So if we have any accordion players in the audience who might be interested in... There's no real money involved in this, but who might be interested in joining our live studio all-accordion band playing the rejoiner music, let us know. It is 7:22.
Wondering what to do about those day-to-day problems?
Concertinas probably would also be acceptable. It's just, it's not exactly an accordion, but it's along the same line.
I'll have to get mine out. I own one. I never really played too much.
Well, the Greeks played concertinas, and we, all those people up there in Tarpon, we wouldn't want to, feel left out or something.
No, bring them on. Be great.
So any accordion players who want to join our band?
Bruce Williams. That's right, Bruce Williams.
Weeknight. He play the accordion?
Bruce, I think he does.
Did he get any calls last night on rat infestation?
I didn't listen to.
There's some days when this job is just so easy and so much fun. There are other days when it is worse than manual labor in the hot sun. But then there are magic days, like today when the guy that Jeffy sold his house to called up and said, "Please say it's not true." Magic. I'm sorry, you were saying about Bruce?
Just, you can give Bruce a call, 1-800.
So that's what you told the guy that bought the rat-infested house. Hey, don't bother me with a sucker. Call Bruce Williams.
Call the old man.
Well, Tiger, get an exterminator.
Were you represented by an attorney? You can listen to Bruce weeknights 10 to 1 right here on News Radio.
Make sure that exterminator that you get offers a guarantee. Good luck to you, Tiger.
Monique, where are we going?
Did we finish that Bruce promo thing?
Oh, yeah, we're done with Bruce.
Okay. Matt, on a cell phone. Matt, you're on the air 970 WFLA.
Hi, Bob.
Hi, Matt.
Say, you were being a little hard on Jeffy a little while ago.
Somebody's got to be hard on Jeffy. He's gotten totally and completely out of hand.
Accusing him to be a contrary just to be contrary?
Well, he is.
But you come down on the opposite side of what he says.
Wait, it's not I come down on the opposite side. It's my show. I'm the one that sets these things up.
Well, wait a minute. He's on the show, too.
He's a board operator.
I thought it was half his show.
Hell no.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Damn well should be.
Oh, give me a break.
Jeffy's commentary. Say, and the reason you ought to be easy on him is he's got to be all stressed out today. Did he talk to the exterminator about his rats?
I fibbed. He already sold the house.
What?
But he did talk to the guy that bought it. Well, until the rats gnawed through the telephone cord.
I was going to tell you a true story.
Yeah.
A few years ago, my wife was rather concerned when she saw some rodent-like creatures around the outside of the house.
Yeah, they're fruit rats. The place is crawling with them.
Well, roof rats. And there is such a thing as roof rats, and they get in the trees and they get on the roof. And the guy came out and he wanted to charge $350. And what he did is he came out and he put little screens over the vent pipes on the roof.
Yeah.
Keep the rats from crawling down in the vent pipes, because if they get down in those vent pipes and you're on the throne, I mean, they crawl through the plumbing and come up in the toilet, guess what? That's no fun.
It's kind of like working at J-Corps, bite you on the ass, huh?
Oh, well. So that was just, he'd already sold the house, really?
Yeah.
Oh.
And the guy that bought it really called.
Is he being sued?
Well, not yet.
Anyway, you need to take it easy on him, give him a little slack.
I don't really think the guy that bought it has much of a chance of suing, because we still have the tape from last night.
Oh.
And if you'll recall, when the first person mentioned the possibility of rats, Jeffy really did appear to be surprised, as though he had never heard of any such thing. So in court, Jeffy will probably prevail, because it's not, the guy that bought the house is going to have to prove that Jeffy knew it was infested with rats.
Oh.
And didn't disclose
it. It's not infested with rats.
And you should see.
And you stick to that story, Jeffy.
And another thing I was thinking is, now, how would the fleas be in the house unless the rats were down in the living area? So he must have seen the rats.
You think so?
Fleas don't crawl through drywall on the ceiling, right?
I don't know. I have no idea how fleas would go.
So the rats had to be in the house, so he must have seen some evidence of them.
You really think so?
Maybe he just buried his head in the sand because he wanted to sell his house.
Oh, Jeffy, how could you do that, man? I mean, not only is it illegal, it's unethical and immoral. It's just not right, Jeffy.
Yeah.
Just isn't
you got a speed
right.
trap for us, Matt?
What's that?
You got a speed trap for us, too?
Yeah, I was on the Howard Franklin, and I went by that one.
Yeah.
Okay.
It was out there.
Yeah.
It's on the east end.
Be sure not to choke on a hunk of pumpernickel.
It was on the east side. The guy was stopped. That's right.
Yeah, on the east end, on the Tampa side.
Right.
Okay.
Tampa side, right.
All right. Hey, thanks.
You could still be on the Tampa side westbound.
They wouldn't be stopping people just coming onto the Howard Franklin.
Well, I'm just saying, but you still could be on the Tampa side of the Howard Franklin westbound.
Right, and you could be down on a boat on the water too.
Yes,
or you could be in an airplane or a helicopter or a blimp.
Yes,
hovering over the Howard Franklin, but the speed trap is on the east end of the Howard Franklin, just before the turnoff for the West Shore of Mall thing.
Okay. Thank you.
Anytime, Jeffy, anytime. 990 WFLA in... Did I take my mid-break here? Yeah, sure I did.
Yeah.
Oh, God, excuse me. I apologize.
Yeah.
Again, I just had a craving for that damned cherry Coke today, and I've already had 4 cans of it. It's astonishing that there's only been one belch tonight.
It's astonishing I had to buy my own soda.
No, it's not astonishing. I told you what I did with the money my wife gave me.
It is astonishing.
Hey, look, if you want the 50 cents that my wife gave you gave me to give you for the soda, it's in the urinal.
So you admit that she gives you money every day?
Yeah, and I either give it away or throw it in the urinal.
Well, we're going to put an end to that.
What do you mean we're going to put an end to that?
We're going to put an end to that. Instead of her giving you the money, I'll just come by, or she can mail it to me once a week. Or once a month, whatever. We'll work it out. Because I'm going to get a soda a day out of you, at least.
Excuse me, I have to go and tinkle on Jeffy's soda money.
It's 7:30. Good evening. I'm Lori Brown. News Radio 970.
Jack and Ted have them to give away. Marvelous Marvin has them to give away. But the new prize princess hates us like poison.
I guess so.
You see, what I don't understand is when I use my job to get even with people that work here, oh, that's bad. But when other people use their jobs to get even with me, that's cool. That's cool. I mean, just because we make fun of the WFLA Promotions Department card table and plastic banners, I don't understand. Dave on his cell phone. Dave, you're on the air 970 WFLA.
Hey, how's it going, Bob?
Excellent, Dave. Excellent.
Hey, you're right about those Harleys, man. It's all gimmick.
Yeah, gimmick and 200 pounds of chrome.
And your previous caller, he mentioned that they run better and don't leak oil anymore. That's because they were redesigned by the Japanese.
Well, he said the new engines. He's basically talking about the ones that haven't, don't have any time on them yet, sitting on the showroom floor.
Oh.
Well, he did say the new engines, which is conceding that the engines of the Harleys up to this point have been crap. Everybody knows that.
Everybody's him, I guess.
Yeah.
Hey, have you ever heard yourself on the web? Probably not.
Right, sir. Why would I go home and listen to myself on the web? So where was I here? Oh, does anybody in the audience yodel? I was just sitting here thinking, man, it would really be nice to hear some yodeling. No. So I was just wondering if any... Oh, here's an interesting story. The horseshoe pitching champ, Ted Allen, set an incredible world's record back in 1951 when he made 172 straight ringers.
Wow.
Can you imagine? 172 in a row.
That's impressive.
No yodelers calling in, huh? Damn. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. I don't think I've ever made probably more than 2, 3, 4 possibly once when I was really, snookered or something. Oh, another fascinating one. The average Japanese man is 4 inches taller today than he was 35 years ago. Experts say there's only one possible explanation, and that's junk food. Because of burgers, fries, pizza, potato chips, and other American-style junk food, the average 20-year-old Japanese man is now 5 foot 8 inches, only an inch shorter than the average American male of the same age. Gee, you're pretty tall, Jeffy. Bob on his cell phone. Bob, you're on there at 970 WFLA.
Good evening, Bob, and how are you this lovely evening?
Excellent. Yourself?
Oh, absolutely wonder. It's 5 Paws Day. I mean, how bad could it be?
No, it's Noses Day.
Noses Day. I just wanted to let you know there's a speed trap on Highway 41.
Oh, speed trap on Highway 41. Whereabouts?
All of 41, Bob.
All of 41?
Certainly.
Well, it can't be all of 41.
Sure. That way, everybody on 41 will slow down.
No, they won't. No,
they won't know where the speed trap is.
No, they won't. You got to come up with an actual location.
Okay, 41 and Cortez.
41 and Cortez. Speed trap, 41 and Cortez. They'll pull them over left and right, huh?
Oh, God, all over the place.
Writing tickets. Oh, God, that's great.
Yeah. Yes, sir.
Okay, so slow down if you're anywhere near 41 and Cortez.
You got it.
Okay, hey, thanks, Guy.
Have a great weekend.
You
Bob.
too. Let's go to Lee in Apollo. Lee, you're on the air 970 WFLA.
Bob.
Yes.
Now, I asked her if you preferred Swiss over cowboy yodeling.
Doesn't really make much difference. I have a hankering for either.
All right, hold on.
Okay.
I once knew a sweet girl that I thought I'd like to wed. I once knew a sweet girl that I thought I'd like to wed. But I found out she always ate her crackers in bed. Yodelay, yodelay, oh, oh, I'm alone. Did I win the chair?
Oh, that was beautiful, dude. That was absolutely beautiful. That was great.
Yeah.
Oh, thanks, man.
Well, I could have done my Swiss thing, but I don't have my, those...
that big horn thing, yeah.
The big horn thing, and
yeah.
I don't have the big horn thing.
Oh, that was just great. That was dynamite. Thanks, man.
No problem.
Hey.
Anytime.
You ask and you shall receive. Actually, I thought that was really pretty crappy. There's got to be somebody in the audience who can do better than that.
Well, Steve,
I was just trying. I didn't want to, burst the guy's bubble or something right on the beginning of the weekend, but if that's the best yodeling that we could possibly come up with from this audience, then I think I'm ready to cash it in and go home. For good. Look at that. Now, one yodeler calling in.
Steve chickened out.
To think that that's going to represent the best yodeling available on this station is really pathetic. Really, really, really pathetic. Look at that. Not one yodeler on the line. Not one yodeler on... Where are the yodelers of Tampa Bay? I mean, come on. It's a simple request. People love yodeling.
They're listening to MNF.
Yeah, they probably are, Flounder. They probably are. Yeah, calling up the guy there, yodeling their little hearts out. I don't ask much from this audience. I just want to hear some yodeling tonight. That's all. Just a little bit of yodeling. Let me give you the phone numbers. The yodel lines in Hillsborough. 990-WFLA. 990-WFLA. I'm really insulted. In Pinellas, 461-WFLA. 461-WFLA. The GTE wireless thing, that number is...
The number is pound 970.
And, of course, if you're listening in Switzerland or something, 1-800-969-WFLA. That's the toll-free yodel line. 1-800-969-WFLA. When we come back from the news, I want at least 5 yodelers. At least 5 yodelers. And if I don't have 5 yodelers, I will punish the audience severely. To Rosemary in Palm Harbor. Hi, Rosemary. You're on the air at 970 WFLA.
Hi there.
Hi, Rosemary.
You want me to just start yodeling?
No, I don't know how to yodel, Rosemary. We're kind of hoping that you did.
I do.
Well, then do it.
All right. Yodelay, 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 hoo. Yodelay, yodelay, hoo. Yodelay, yodelay, hoo. Yodelay, 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 hoo. Yodelay, 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 hoo.
Oh, Rosemary, that was beautiful.
Thank you.
Absolutely beautiful. I mean, I don't know that I have ever Or finer yodeling. Are you a professional yodeler?
No, I'm not.
Where did you learn how to yodel, Rosemary?
My mother-in-law taught me.
Your mother-in-law taught you, huh?
She's a real good yodeler.
So why don't you and your mother-in-law get along?
Oh, we do.
do you sometimes yodel together?
Yes, we do.
Is your mother-in-law living here in this area, or
she lives in Mississippi.
In Mississippi, and she learned how to yodel that way in Mississippi.
Oh yeah.
Perchance the next time that she's in town, you would favor us again.
Oh sure.
Oh, that's great. Well, that's great. Well, thank you, Rosemary.
All right.
Okay.
Bye-bye.
Probably some of the worst yodeling I have ever heard in my entire life. This is really depressing. Really, really, really depressing. Let's go to Alex. Alex, you're on the air at 970 WFLA.
Hi, I'm just a beginner, okay?
Oh, just a beginning yodeler?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, let's hear what you got, Alex. Very beginning. Very beginning. Well, thank you, Alex. There goes Alex. Have to be more yodelers in the audience, I would think. Here's another interesting article, Jeffy. Some terrific non-prescription uses for garlic and honey. It says if you're short on energy, honey is reported to be a wonder pick-me-upper.
Yeah.
I've heard that. And if you want to give your sexual potency a boost, it says here to give garlic a try.
Flounder.
Dude, I need something to keep it down.
Yeah, right. Well, it'll probably increase your sexual potency, Flounder, but unfortunately it's going to be with yourself, I would imagine. Not too many hot babes. Ooh, millions of dingbat diners are jamming Japan's restaurants to gobble down giant, juicy hamburgers made from raw sewage, it says here. Oh, by the way, 990 WFLA in Hillsborough, 990 WFLA in Pinellas, 461 WFLA. It's a Friday night. Anything goes. Nothing is off limits. Moneybag businessmen, hungry housewives, and drooling school kids, it says here, have gone nuts over the sandwiches that are made out of sewage. Do we have any more yodelers waiting to come on? No more yodelers. That's it.
I guess so.
2.5 yodelers. That's all we could get out of this audience is 2.5. This is unacceptable. This is unacceptable. The show will not proceed until we have, I believe I had said right before the news that I wanted 5 yodelers online by the time we got back, and I had, 1.5. The show will not proceed until we have... I just have a hankering for some yodeling tonight. I mean, I know what the audience wants. I have a good feel for this. I've been doing this for a long time, and I know that the people of Tampa Bay are yearning for yodeling. Maybe that's what we should retitle the show. Yearning for yodeling. I think it's the least we can do. I think it's the least that you can do. There will be nothing further until there are more yodelers on the air here. And we know that you're out there. We know that you're out there because quite a few people called up during the newscast but wouldn't hold on. They wanted a side guest to interrupt the newscast so that they could yodel. And we can't do that. I think it would be a far better station if we did, but we can't do that. I think we should go all yodeling here. Let's go to a Ned on a cell phone. Ned, you're on the air, 970 WFLA.
Yeah, you want some yodeling? I'll yodel for you. Yodeling, 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 yodeling. What do you think about that?
Well, that's not bad, Ned. That's not bad. Could you do a little more?
Yodeling, 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 yodeling.
And where did you learn how to yodel, Ned?
Well, I drive a truck for a living. I just drive down the road. I decided I want to start yodeling. I like yodeling.
Well, Ned, I've driven a truck before, too, but it never caused me to yodel.
Oh, you ought to see some things out here on this here road. I'm telling you what, man, you know, I've been out here on the road a long, long time. I'm just, you know, looking forward to hurrying up and getting home and spending some time. In fact, I'm on my way home right now.
Oh, Ned, that was sweet of you to share that with us. Thanks, dude.
Hey, I just want you to know I'm a big-time fan of yours.
Well, thank you.
I appreciate the opportunity to talk to you.
And I appreciate the opportunity to yodel with you. Ed on his cell phone. Ed, you're on the air 970 WFLA.
How you doing?
Excellent, Ed.
Yodel, man.
Oh, go for it, dude.
Ready?
Yeah. Ed, that really sucked. You know, that really, really sucked. Yolanda the Yodeler. Yolanda, you're on the air 970 WFLA.
Hello.
Hi, Yolanda.
You ready?
Oh, yes, I'm ready.
Yolanda is my stage name.
Oh, okay.
I yodel down at the Moose Lodge every Friday. That's where I'm heading now.
On your way to work, okay.
Why are you chuckling?
Jeffy was making faces at me.
All right. Give me a countdown.
And a 1, and a 2, and a...
High on a hill with a lonely goat, yodelay, 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 hee-hoo. She yelled back to the lonely goat, yodelay, yodelay, yodeloo. Mm-hmm. Yodelay, yodelay, hee-hee. Yodelay, hee-oh, yodelay, oh, yodelay, oh,
oh, that was... And you yodel every Friday night at the Moose Lodge.
All kidding aside, you ought to be there when I do my best yodeling.
Well, which Moose Lodge is this, Yolanda?
Actually, it isn't at the Moose Lodge. I do my but you should be there when I do my best yodeling.
Why aren't we privy to the best yodeling right now?
Because it's in my shower.
And you're inviting us over to your shower?
Don't you have a handheld phone?
No, my best yodeling is in my shower.
Don't you have a handheld phone?
Hey, cool it, jerk. She's inviting us over to take a shower with us. With her.
No, she's
idiot.
not. Don't get your mind out of the gutter. I want her to take the phone in the shower and yodel for us.
Oh, that could happen if I were home.
But you're on your way to the Moose Lodge.
There you go.
Okay,
as soon as you get there, go to the bathroom.
Thank you very much. That was great yodeling. That was a super. Dennis on his cell phone is not there.
He's on too.
He's on too. Okay, Dennis, you're on there 970 WFLA.
Hey, Bob, how you doing?
Excellent. I'm getting revived here. I'm getting excited with all this yodeling.
I'm a yodeler from Philadelphia once upon a time, so here we go.
Okay.
You ready?
Yeah.
Little old lady who, little old lady, little old lady, little old lady, little old lady who.
You ought to be ashamed of yourself, Dennis. Absolutely ashamed of yourself. Veronica on in Sarasota. Hi, Veronica. You're on the air 970 WFLA.
Hi, how are you?
Excellent.
Good. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
All right.
Oh, that was beautiful, Veronica. That was absolutely beautiful.
Thank you.
Thank you, Veronica. You know, Jeffy?
Wow.
I've got a hankering for some tap dancing, you know?
Do you?
You think there's anybody out there in the audience who's a tap dancer that would call up and tap dance for us?
Absolutely.
I don't know. Probably not, but boy, that would be nice. You know, we work so hard for the people, and we ask so little of them.
I know. You know what I've had a hankering for?
I can't begin.
Some tuba music.
Ooh.
Huh?
Ooh, papa. Ooh,
yeah.
Oh, if only there were a tuba player.
If only.
If only there were a tuba player. Request to make. I would like you folks to consider a Millennium Space Shuttle launch. I can think of nothing that I would rather do than at the stroke of midnight, December 31st, 1999, watch a space shuttle launch. It would be the ultimate skyrocket, a celebration of 2 millenniums of human progress, and at the same time, a celebration and a commitment to the conquest of space in the 3rd millennium. I am 53 years old. I was born just a few months before the bombing of Hiroshima. That act ushered in the age of the bomb. I listened to the sounds of the first Russian satellite on an old FM radio. That event can be considered the beginning of the space age. I've seen incredible history made in the second half of the 20th century. I sincerely believe... Oh, he must have been at the opening game of the Tampa Bay Devil Race. He said he's seen incredible history. I sincerely believe that the Space Shuttle Millennium launch would... damn. Screensaver just kicked in. Millennium launch would be a perfect punctuation mark for this century and this millennium. There is a shuttle launch scheduled for December the 2nd, 1999. That launch could be moved to December the 31st. The countdown could begin during the second millennium, and the actual launch would take place in the first second of the third millennium. It's getting very complicated. It would be grand. It would be a statement that the greatest country on this beautiful blue planet is fully committed to the conquest of space in the third millennium. It would also be a reaffirmation of the United States' continued commitment to peace and to the peaceful use of outer space. In the last month or two of 1999, there's going to be increased fear of the year 2000. This launch would free the economy from the pressure caused by the bug. It would be a statement that the government is confident that the year 2000 bug has been conquered. Anything that you can do to help would be greatly appreciated. Talk about the Millennium launch. Get other people talking about it. It's a good idea. And good ideas should take off like the Space Shuttle. Signed, sincerely, William F. Malley. Wow. He wants me, dude, to spearhead this Millennium space launch. Wow. Max on the cell phone. Hi, Max. You're on the air 970 WFLA. Yes, Max.
How you doing?
I'm doing great, Max. How are you, dude?
I'm just freaking out over this little Slim Women wannabe contest of yours. It's just pretty good.
Yes, it is. There have been some incredible yodelers.
From the depths of, well, never mind. Yeah, I was going to yodel for you because, well, it'll probably sound like Slim getting a little hemorrhoid rubbed down or something, but give it a shot.
Oh, sure, dude.
What do you think?
Sure, go ahead.
Yodelay, the sky is blue. Yodelay, 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 yodelay.
Well, we put some words in there that we shouldn't have put in there, didn't we, Max? Yes, indeed, we did. And on top of that, we were looking for tuba players because Jeffy has a hankering for some tuba. Hey, look, it's a Friday, and things around here are pretty much the same way they are around your place. We're just trying to get the hell out of here so we can do the weekend thing. Okay? 990 WFLA Hillsborough, 461 WFLA Pinellas. What? What are you pointing at me for?
I had my thumb in the air.
No, you were
I wasn't pointing at you.
You were pointing at me.
No, I was not.
Then what the hell is your thumb in the air for?
I was reaching for the remote. We're going to change this dip.
You weren't reaching for the remote.
I was.
You're lying through your teeth. Let's go to Elizabeth in Tampa. Hi, Elizabeth. You're on the air 970 WFLA.
Oh, I'm so nervous.
Nothing to be nervous about, Elizabeth?
Bob, are you still doing that thing, the craziest thing you've ever done, like sexual stuff?
Oh, sure, Elizabeth. That's what the show's been all about tonight. Haven't you been listening?
It has not.
Oh.
But I did something crazy when I was overseas one time.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
What did you do?
Traveling through the ruins in Sicily.
Mm-hmm.
And I was going through the ruins with my boyfriend, and we just did in the air, or in the open, just to do the wild thing.
Oh, no.
Right in the middle of the ruins.
Right in the middle of the ruins in Sicily?
Yeah, I just had to confess that tonight.
Oh, Elizabeth. Well,
get it out in the air.
Well, that's apparently what you did. You got it out in the air. But do you still do things like this, Elizabeth?
No, it's been a while. So I just wanted to tell you that tonight.
Well, thank you, Elizabeth.
All right.
Thank you.
All right, talk to you later.
Take care.
Bye.
Go and sin no more, Elizabeth. 990-WFLA Hillsborough, 461-WFLA in the other place. And now you're making the sign of the cross. Or are you telling me again that you're reaching for your remote?
I was making the sign of the cross. Go in peace.
In Hillsborough County, you may still see some flashing lights on the interstate system. Northbound 275 as you're approaching I-4.
Oh, that was beautiful. That was absolutely beautiful. God, he's going to do it again.
Now, where do we go from here?
Oh, well, just our sincere thanks.
Okay, well,
our sincere thanks.
Okay.
Oh, thank you. I recall once, I don't know if you remember this, Jeffy, but we did an all-request Christmas Carol show on the tuba over at SUN. Why is it there are some things that are just amusing, you know, the yodeling. Yodeling is amusing. I don't know why, but it's amusing. Talking through a bullhorn, it makes no difference what you say. You know, incoming missiles, take cover. It's funny. And tubas.
I love tubas.
You know what I got a hankering for?
What's that, Bob?
Some bagpipe.
Hey, I love bagpipe music.
And then, God, wouldn't it really be great if we could get on the phone a bagpipist, a tubist, and a yodeler all doing a song together? God, wouldn't that be great? But let's settle for the bagpipist first. There's got to be somebody who plays the bagpipe. There has to be. 990.
Florida.
That's right. And this place should be crawling.
America's next great city.
With bagpipists. Is that the proper terminology? Bagpipist? I don't see why it wouldn't be.
Yeah.
Or pipist, I suppose. A bagpipist.
Pipist.
I like pipist better. Well, maybe somebody that plays the bagpipe will tell us what it is. You know, pipist, pipist, whatever. 990 WFLA in Hillsborough. God, we have sunk to a new low. 990 WFLA in Hillsborough. 461 WFLA in Pinellas. Oh, God. Jeff, here's another one of those stories. Oh, this is tragic, dude. 73-year-old man who scared his wife to death with a rubber snake was sentenced to 3 years in prison after prosecutors, probably that Henry Hyde and that crowd, prosecutors successfully argued that the old man knew that she had a weak heart. Yeah. The jury accepted the prosecution, probably all Republicans, and that said the old man was after her insurance money. God damn. I just got off the phone with a guy.
I don't care.
Herman.
Yeah, well, tell Herman
From
I
Hudson.
think he's wrong.
You are so argumentative. I really do not understand. No matter what it is that I say, you want to disagree with it.
It's been a rough day.
Oh, man. Here's a bad story. Animal lovers around the globe, all over the world, are mourning the death of Go-Go, the world's only water skiing elephant.
Oh.
The playful pachyderm who became famous across Europe in the 1950s for her astonishing mastery of water sports passed away of heart failure at the age of 63. That, according to her owner and longtime friend, Stefan Lutke. Go-Go was truly one of a kind. We will all surely miss her, Lutke said in a press release. The elephant was captured as a baby, of course, as many of you know, in 1937, and shipped to a German zoo. Shortly after the war, which Go-Go survived, Lutke bought her for his touring water ski show, which already included a monkey. Training Go-Go was no easy task, but she was remarkably intelligent, and she loved the water, said Lutke, who is now retired himself at the age of 75. The 6,500-pound animal's act soon became the most popular in the show. Audiences watched in disbelief as she skimmed across the water on all fours, then stood... Jeffy, I'm in the middle of reading an obituary.
I I'm trying to figure out how big this damn boat is.
The huge animal was pulled by a small outboard motorboat driven by Lutke himself. She never trusted anyone else to pull her, he said. At the height of her popularity, Go-Go starred in a series of movies about a lovable water-skiing elephant.
I think I've seen it.
Hi, you're on the air at 970 WFLA.
Hey, yeah, let's really... Are you there?
Yeah, I'll be here.
All right, let's really blow his mind. How about tell him it's called a bagpiper, like in Pied Piper?
No, it's a bagpipist, sir. I've already
No. It's a bagpiper.
It is a bagpipist.
Well, no, it's a bagpiper.
It's a bagpipist.
Are you a bagpipist?
No, sir, I do not play the bagpipe.
How the heck do you know?
Because Herman from Hudson...
I'm a bagpiper, I know.
If you're a bagpiper, play something on the bagpipe.
I can't. There's no children or rats.
Right, sir. Pipist. 990 WFLA Hillsborough, 461 WFLA Pinellas. Hi, you're on the air at 970 WFLA.
Hold on, I'm on speakerphone. Hello?
Yeah.
Hi.
Hi.
Now the senator came down here showing everyone his gun, handing out free tickets to the wedding of his son. And me, I really got busted. And wouldn't it be my luck to be caught without a ticket and be discovered beneath a truck? Oh, Mama, can this really be the end? To be stuck inside of Clearwater without a Bob Dylan ticket once again.
Oh, damn.
You don't have any?
No. No.
I know you guys don't. I know. No, you don't.
No.
Anyway.
Probably the next show.
I worked on that, too, for a little while. But,
it was such a beautiful reading, too.
Realistic Blues is another good one. Do you favor Bob Dylan, Bob?
Yeah, the early Dylan, yeah. The stuff that he's done in the last 10, 15 years is a little bizarre. Well, that was beautiful. That was such a good dramatic reading.
No tickets.
No tickets.
I'll think you at the show.
Huh?
Jeffy has tickets.
Jeffy has a ticket. Well,
Cigar Dave got
I'll think of you at the show.
Hey, chill. Bye.
Bye. Hi, you're on the air 970 WFLA.
Jeffy has a ticket. Well,
I'll think of you at the show.
Hey, chill. Bye.
Bye. Hi, you're on the air 970 WFLA.
Jeffy has a ticket. Well,
I interrupted the obituary for that. For most of the remainder of her life, Go-Go lived quietly at an enclosure on Lutke's farm outside of Hamburg, raising her 3 offspring. There she gained a new generation of fans among youngsters who stopped by to visit the beloved animal. Noted Lutke, Go-Go's death is a huge loss, not only to the show business world, but to many in our community who loved her. Don't you laugh. Don't you spoil the solemnness of this moment.
All that's left is just pictures of her skiing on all 4s.
You see the cake and the church and the hall and the out-of-town guests and the flowers. They can't wait 11 days. You're the mayor. All you have to do is say, it's okay. And he said, nothing I can do. So now the bride-to-be is in tears. I am in a state of shock. Absolute shock. I go back to the radio station, to my office, and I sit down and I just have no idea what to do. No idea at all. My arch competitor in the market had one of these helplines, where, you have a problem, you call them up, and they solve it for you. I was desperate. I called the general manager of my arch competing station, and I told him what the problem was. Well, after about 4 or 5 minutes of laughing and slapping his thigh, he said, I don't know what, but don't worry, we'll take care of it. Just go ahead with the rest of your plans. We'll take care of it. Don't worry. And so I believed him. And it started to get later in the afternoon. It was now after lunch, and it was getting to be like 2 o'clock and like 3 o'clock and like 4 o'clock. And like now it's 5 o'clock, and I get a call from him. And he said, it's going to be taken care of, I promise you. We're running into a little bit of a problem, but we will take care of it tonight. And I said, well, I've got this wedding rehearsal, and we were getting married up in the Adirondacks. It was about an hour and a half outside of Utica. And he said, just go to it, and when you come back, when you get home tonight, give me a call at my house, and, I'm sure I'll have the documentation, and everything will be cool. So we go up to the wedding rehearsal, and one of the things that you do, at least at this church, at the wedding rehearsal, is you hand over all the paperwork to, in this case, the priest, so that, he has it all for tomorrow's big day, so that nobody forgets anything, because it's really important to him that he has the proper documentation. So when it comes time for me to hand over the documentation, I said, oh, darn gosh, oh, gee, golly whiz, Father, it's sitting back at the office on my desk. I'll be sure to bring it tomorrow. And he said, well, you have to bring it tomorrow. I can't marry without it. Don't worry, no problemo, Father, no problem. Get back home, call up my friend. And he said, yeah, we have it. Come on over. And so, in essence, what he handed me when I went over to his house were two gigantic legal documents. One of the financial investors in this radio station was a very prominent attorney in the city of Utica. What he had done is he had chased down a New York State Supreme Court justice in a bar where the New York State Supreme Court justice, after being told the story and after he finished laughing, convened a special session